Hi, I'm Mark Struik, financial planner with Freedom Financial Planning. Look, it depends how long you want to invest for. So it could be if you're only investing for short-term needs, like saving for a deposit on a house, you might invest in a cash account or a high-interest sort of savings or term deposit account. But if it's a longer-term thing, you're probably better off looking at a good quality, diversified share portfolio. Okay, so whether you should salary sacrifice into super more than just the basic employer contributions depends how old you are. So the closer you get to preservation age, so up towards 60 years of age, the more you should really be putting into super. If you can put more in while you're younger, it's a great idea because of compound interest and so forth. The only problem is you still have other things you need to do in your life. You need to make sure you've got your house organised. You might be saving for a deposit. You might have school fees as your kids go through school. There's a lot of other costs. So it can depend very much on what stage of life you're at. To retire comfortably, there's a range of options there. Some people live very comfortably on having $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 combined with like an age pension type strategy. That really gives them actually a pretty reasonable income overall. So you're not talking first class flights around the world, a really good quality of living without too many expenses. If you really want to start doing things like business class flights around the world, trips regularly, both Australia and overseas, comfortably going to restaurants, upgrading your cars, you're probably looking at having more like $1 to $2 million in super. How much you should put into super each year comes down to your own cash flow as well. The simple answer is you should put in as much as you can, up to the limits for claiming deductions. For example, at the moment it's $30,000 a year that you can put in on a concessional basis, i.e. getting a tax deduction for it. And if you are an employer, you're already getting your standard super guaranteed contribution of 11.5% at the moment. So you might get $10,000 or maybe even $15,000 a year from your employer contributions, but you can add another 15 or so thousand to that to get close to the 30,000 each year if you can afford it. So if you've got things under control, your debts are under control, your home loan's covered, you're doing okay, you've got spare money, try and get as close to that limit, which this year is 30,000 each year. Look, a lot of people come to us and ask, should I pay off the mortgage early or do I start saving for super or investing elsewhere? Really, we all like the idea of paying off our house, so we own our house and we've got that level of comfort. At the same time you're paying down your house, what you can do is start borrowing at the same time for investment purposes. So let's say you get your home loan down from $300,000 down to $200,000, you can then take a separate investment loan to then invest back into the market and still have the same amount of overall debt. And so it's sometimes termed debt recycling, but basically it means as you pay down your loan, you can borrow to invest, so replacing that non-tax deductible or bad type of debt with your home loan with a good debt or a deductible debt. This allows you to be investing at the same time as you're paying your home loan off and you're starting to build wealth for the future while doing the home loan repayments.